Okay, this is a 2001 Coleman Cheyenne pop-up trailer that I have for sale. I'm going to take you on the inside. We'll do a walk around on the outside, then I'll take you on the inside. I'm including some accessories, so some mats, an outdoor table, a Coleman stove that's in really good shape. It's only been used a couple of times. And I mean, it's important to go around the screens. The canvas on this thing is awesome. It's, as you can see, I'm not really even sure how it's in as good a shape as it is. No leaks. I've been out in pretty heavy rain with it. No tears in the screens whatsoever. Screens are all great. I'm not sure how that shows up on camera. Huge windows and isinglass. The plastic windows are in awesome shape as well. This side, I'll just do an all the way around for you, but everything is really in good shape. I am gonna split this maybe into two videos, one for mostly the inside and then one for the outside, but I guess a couple of quick mentions. I built this beer shelf here that just kind of clips onto the side really easy. You've got a couple of outlets, so the inverter and the outlets, the shore power, if you will, works. So you've got a couple of outlets and like a night light there. Oh, what the heck, I'll just do some of the outside stuff now. When I got it about 5 years ago, I put on tires, including a spare. So we've got 3 all new tires. You can see like that's, I mean, the spare's never been used, but the tires are all in really good shape. I put on new hubs. So the hubs are brand new. Well, the hubs are 5 years, maybe 4 years old on both sides. So tires, hubs are new, or new-ish. What else do I want to say? I guess I'll show that this is massive in here. That will tease a secret I've got. But this is where pretty much, I mean, firewood and like the camp stove and the table and that shelf and camp chairs and everything else go. We've got a access on that side, and we've got other access on this side. Okay, in case this is relevant to somebody, just kind of give you a sense of those stats. The other place those stats are is on the inside, and that's the main thing I wanted to do. So let's do the inside and kind of walk through features there. Okay, in case that's of relevance, trailer weight information is there. Okay, we'll do a full tour. This thing's got a bunch of storage, so a big wide open store area there. A nice little shelf here. Another one on this side over here. We've got storage in there and access to the bottom of the sink where that exits the camper. I keep, or there's storage under here for cutlery and dishes and stuff like that. The pots and pans and stuff that's in here is part of the deal. Let's see, let's stay in the galley then. We've got, I mean, this is what I do. It's got a little cup holder, so I put the soap there. Got a cutting board here, which I never use. I always just use that one. But kind of closes the space up. It's got a really nice large sink. It's hard to get scale, but it's a big sink, which is nice. You know, countertop prep. Here's where I guess I'll get into a little bit of what's different about it, or what you don't see. So this would be an area where you'd have a stove. I mean, a stove. This would be an area where you'd have a stove. I felt like I was never going to cook inside of a soft-sided trailer. I removed that. That gave me options to do a couple of things. So we've just got a countertop here. Ooh, this is going to be tough one-handed, but this is removable then. And you've got access to the rest of this. But that's mostly useful for my water system here, or the camper's water system. So I've done a whole like off-grid with this thing. So the whole thing is kind of designed not to be plugged in. And that includes things like this. So this is a powered faucet. It just draws from this, I think it's 2.5 gallon container. I just bring a water cube in the truck along with this. However, you do have water storage under the camper. So that water storage is not directly hooked up anymore. If you would like to, I guess basically because it kind of skeeves me out how you can't clean it super great. I haven't removed any like plumbing. If you wanted to go back to pulling water from the tank underneath, you could. That's right here. But the system I have is really just kind of carry fresh water each time. I never go out. I've never been out here more than 4 nights, I think, and I just 5 gallons and plus 2.5 has been enough for me. This is the area which is, so what do I have here? This is just a bucket. It's for water going out of the camper. Again, kind of where the sink drains. Put this under there to catch any sink water and then dump it appropriately. This is just a garbage can. That's insulated in the back. It doesn't look pretty. There's another outlet there that works. Yeah. It doesn't look pretty, but normally what I do when I get somewhere is cooler goes in here. You get a nice Yeti cooler. It's as good as the fridge and nothing to break. Similar with heat, the heat did not work. I removed that. That's now just storage. The Mr. Buddy comes with the camper once again. That sucker is going to heat this up real fast. I've been in 30-degree weather out in Colorado in this, and it was toasty warm. So I wouldn't run that all night. I mean, what I do is it's on when I'm comfortable. When I go to bed, I turn it off. You're cold in the morning, but I just turn it on in the morning, get back under the bag, and wait for 10 minutes, and it's toasty in here. Another outlet there. When I bought it, I did replace the fire extinguisher. It's got like a CO2 monitor and stuff down here that only works if you're hooked up to shore power. And I just rely on battery-powered CO2. Although, again, I don't run anything when I'm sleeping. I guess that's up to you. So here's the access to the toilet. It just pulls out. Obviously, you're just in the room here. But if you are if you need it, it's there. You try to kind of avoid using it. But middle of the night kind of stuff. Or if you've got kids, it's great. Let's see, beds wide, this thing, it's hard to get scale in here, but this thing's massive. It's bigger than a queen. I don't know if it says anywhere on it. But it's bigger than a queen. I've got a topper on here, looks like a 2-inch. It is a nice sleep, honestly. Everything unzips, of course. And let's see if that's on this side or the other side. I do have these are for the windows. These are cut for the windows. It does 2 things. It insulates a little bit. If it's real hot, if it's summer, you don't want them. But if it's a little cooler at night, those go up like behind all of these, and it makes this area way darker. So that can be nice and a little bit warmer, I think. Same on this side, exact same setup. I think I have a full, this is a fully insulated under, just helps a little bit. This is where kids slept for me, and I thought maybe it would help them a little bit. And it's hard to see, but there's the same pads here for the windows for this side, and same deal. That's maybe not as thick as the other one, but it's really is a comfortable sleep. The dinette folds down like they do, and this also pulls out. Hard to do everything one-handed here, but that pulls out flat as well, plus this, so this whole area is like a bed. Now we're a family of 4, so I've never really used that, but you definitely could have 2 there. You could have at least 2 here. If you had kids, you could have them go this way. You'd probably get 3 there. And then I guess if you had to, I mean, you could get at least 2 more here. I mean, so it sleeps a lot. I mean, that would be a lot of people in here. But it's really roomy. It's a larger pop-up, so, check your tow rating and that kind of thing. You're gonna want an SUV, or a truck to pull it. What else can I tell you? So the heating's kind of set up for off-grid. The other thing that's set up for off-grid, then this comes with it as well, is this Jackery. Jackery's super nice. I kind of hate to part with this because I love it. But I can't think of a good reason outside of this to have it. So, this is the Explorer 300, if you want to look that up. It's got a bunch of USB hookups here. The big thing is it's got an inverter, and what I use that for is to run the lights. So typical just LED thing you'd buy from Amazon or whatever. Got different colors. It works really well. That runs it. That runs this plus charges your phones and all that for days. Again, I don't know. I've done 3 or 4 days. Typically, if we're gonna be doing something longer, this has got all your Jackery stuff here. So, house cord, but then also car charger. So what I would typically do is, like, if we're out adventuring during the day, I bring that with and I charge it in the car as we're going. I mean, it's basically unlimited power then. So that's how we've always rolled in here. There's more storage under here. This is always really hard to show. I've got the original fans that came with it. Those do work. This is just sort of miscellaneous things. I've got a queen or a king mattress here. Sheets, and then just some bags. Those can go along with the camper as well. I'm gonna include some of our stuff here. These are hanging like shoe racks, and I've hung those up here because you get like a row of shelves. Super convenient. I've got 2 of those, a couple of wool blankets, some of the, I don't know what they're, headrests, I guess, that go with these. I'm not even entirely sure. What else is here? Oh, another wool blanket, and those are like some curtains that we made. Those curtains go up across here, so if you wanted privacy from on that side and that side, those are like privacy curtains. Don't use them, haven't used them a ton, but they're there. I mean, really, like the important bits here, curtains both sides, good for sun. They're a little darker, and block, a lot of light. Everything is really, inverter and lives there. That's power. I suppose I could power it up, but these are all in really good shape. This entire thing opens, so this is on a zipper. So like this entire window can be a screen. It's basically like a screen house. This entire window can be a screen. And then these, of course, are screens all the way around. So when everything is open, so there's no air conditioning in this one, but when everything is open, you're usually fine. I suppose if you're camping and it's super hot, it's going to be hot, but I think that's everything for the inside. It's a basic camper, I guess, designed for sort of off-gridding, but everything has been fabulous for us. Everything works really well on it. So I'll take a little bit more video of it all closed up, and I'm sure I'll think of something else to talk about. But there it is, Coleman by Fleetwood Cheyenne, 2001. Okay, so here we are in closed, ready to travel configuration. I'll try to talk a little bit about the outside. We've got a wheel. It's really robust. It's fine. 4-pin connector. Lots of marker lights. All the lights work. It's like my boat trailer lights never work, and this one always works. 2-inch ball. I didn't mention it on the last video, but there's four jacks on every corner. That's how you level it. There's a drain here. This is for incoming water, but that I don't think that works. You would use like a hose or something. I've never used that. This is just insulated here because that would have been ventilation for a fridge that we don't have. So that's the water fill, and that does work. I replaced the line. It's going to be hard to see, and it goes to a water tank, which is down here. And I do have like a spigot coming off the front, it's hard to sort of show, of that water tank. And I have, on occasion, used that to fill the bottle that goes in the kitchen. But honestly, normally I don't. I just fill up a water cube. Kind of do a walk around here. This is like TV antenna or something, coax. I don't use that. The main thing is this, that just pulls out, goes in. There's a jack there. You know, things aren't perfect. This is what happens when you run your power washer right next to it. It's just the plastic bit of bumper. But again, lights all work. Registration is through February 2026. So that's actually, I'll have to renew that. Clean title. I've got the title. That won't be a problem. As I said, the spare is brandy new. That's even less than 5 years old. I can't remember. I tried to get out of replacing the spare, then it made me too nervous. Spare is probably 2 years old. Maybe it's 3. Again, another jack there and another jack there. Those, if you're familiar with pop-up, so this stuff also comes with it. We've got a trailer hitch with a anti-sway bar. This is, I couldn't really video the whole operation of it, but this is how it's going to go up and down. That works really smooth. But then this also is what slots in for these jacks. And then you just go up or down with them. And this is really nice too. So that I'm going to include. That slides over a tire, and you can raise or lower one side of the trailer to even out the left-right, if you will. So front and back, you just use the jack like this, and then that is for this if you're on real uneven ground. It's obviously easier to find even ground, but sometimes you can't. So, gosh, it pulls really easy. It does not have trailer brakes. So again, it's like 3,000 pounds probably. Maybe a little less than that. I should check that before I say that. But you're going to want a decent enough tow vehicle that's not too much weight for you. I don't have an LP tank. I don't run anything off of a big LP tank. I just use those Colemans. I could include a bunch of those with it too, because I've got a bunch that are full sitting there. Okay, I don't know what else I can say about it. It doesn't have, AC. It doesn't have an awning. This is the track, which is pretty beat up. And I bought it without the awning, so it's never had an awning. This box has these latches, but I don't use those latches at all. When I got it, this thing leaked a ton. So I really sealed it up. And I even put, and this is a little kind of, I put it's a piece of PVC like gutter to really make sure that no water was getting in here. Even so, I think a little bit does around the the hatches when it's really coming down. I just think it's tough to get absolutely no water in there. So occasionally, after a big rain, you know, I'll find a little bit of damp in here. That's not the case for the camper as a whole. I think this is a really nice design. It goes like way around. So this is all one piece. There's nothing, there's no AC unit. There's no holes or anything up here. There's nothing to leak. And I've never had problems with water in this camper, except a tiny bit in that storage box. Never had mice, never smelled mice, never seen mice. I do not like mice. So I take great pains in the fall to seal it up, and well, I use Irish soap and dryer sheets, like a ton of them. So that is the outside of the camper. Again, 2001 Cheyenne by Coleman. There are some of the stats there. Yeah. Camping trailer, pop-up camping trailer. So, let me know if you're interested. Thanks.